You know that feeling, right? It's about an hour before you're supposed to meet a total stranger for a drink. There's that knot in your stomach, you're trying on your third outfit, running through your list of fun facts in your head, all while trying to project this easy breezy confidence you absolutely do not feel. If the whole idea of a first date just makes you want to curl up and binge watch a show you've already seen 10 times, well then this is for you.
Oh, that feeling is so real. It's that voice in your head going, am I being weird? Is this weird? God, I think this is weird. You are not alone in this, not at all. The pressure we heap onto first dates is just immense. But we're about to take that pressure apart, piece by piece. You're listening to Stereo Butterflies. We talk about love, lust, and loneliness like no one's listening. This explainer was crafted with the help of AI technology to ensure high-quality insights.
And this right here, is the shift. This one question changes everything. Because by the end of this, you're going to have a totally new playbook, one that lets you trade all that anxiety for authenticity. And you'll see every date not as some test you can fail, but just as an experience you can learn from. I promise. So let's get right to the heart of it. The reason first dates feel like such a chore is because we treat them like a job interview, don't we? We go in there to perform, to sell ourselves, to basically audition for the part of the one. And honestly, it's exhausting. That dating burnout you feel, it's real, and it comes from the pressure of trying to be the perfect candidate.
This is the big mental flip we need to make. See, most of us operate from this performance mindset. The goal is to impress, and the biggest fear is rejection, right? It's all about avoiding failure. But what if we switch to a discovery mindset? Here, the goal isn't to win them over. It's just to see if you two connect. It turns the whole thing into this low-stakes experiment. So even a bad date isn't a failure. It's just useful information.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we put this new mindset into practice? Well, it starts way before you even walk out the door. The choices you make about where to go, what to wear, they can massively lower the pressure and set the stage for something real to happen.
First off, forget the fancy, high-stakes restaurant where every silence feels like it lasts a year. The best first dates happen in places with a built-in casual vibe. Think a cozy coffee shop, a walk in the park, a bustling food market. You know, something that makes conversation feel easy. Or even better, an activity. Mini golf, maybe. It gives you something to do, so the focus isn't just on staring at each other across a table.
And let's talk about what you're going to wear. The number one job of your outfit isn't to blow them away, it's to make you feel good. To make you feel comfortable in your own skin. Because when you feel physically at ease, your whole body language just relaxes. You smile more. You project this genuine confidence that's way more attractive than any fancy brand anyway.
All right, so you're on the date. Now we get to the main event, the actual conversation. This is where we either build a real bridge between two people, or we just get stuck in that boring loop of small talk. The secret here? Stop interviewing them and start inviting them to tell you stories.
Here's the hack. Swap your fact-based questions for story-based ones. So, what do you do? That gets you a job title. But asking, what's something you're really excited about outside of work? That gets you a peek into their soul. Instead of, do you like to travel? Try, tell me about a place that actually changed you. You see the difference? The goal is to get to their values and stories, not just collect biographical data. That's where connection happens.
And of course, there are definitely a few conversation landmines to avoid. Look, vulnerability is great, but unloading really heavy baggage on a first date, it can be a bit of a red flag. Constantly talking about your ex, complaining nonstop about your job, or diving deep into family drama, it kind of signals you're not in the best place for something new. Keep it light, but keep it meaningful.
And what about flirting? Let's rethink this too. It's not a performance. It's not about dropping some killer, clever line you rehearsed. It's just an energy exchange, you know? A genuine compliment, a little playful teasing. You put a little bit of that energy out there, and then, and this is the key part, you pay attention. You watch. Are they leaning in? Are they smiling? Is the energy coming back to you? That kind of respectful, attentive flirting is absolutely magnetic.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the stuff that can feel so awkward if you're not ready for it. How long is this thing supposed to last? Who picks up the check? Let's just clear the air with some simple, modern ground rules.
Here's a number to remember. 90 minutes. That's kind of the sweet spot. It's long enough to get past the weather and what you did last weekend, but it's short enough that you don't burn out. It leaves them wanting a little more, which, if things are going well, is exactly what you want. A coffee date or a quick drink is the perfect container for this.
And then the bill arrives. Dun 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 dun. Let's just agree to throw out all the old rigid rules about who pays. The 2025 vibe is all about easy, kind communication. Just genuinely offer to split. If they insist on getting it, accept graciously. Honestly, how the bill gets paid matters so much less than the grace and respect you both show while figuring it out.
And what happens when the conversation just stalls? That awkward silence that feels like it's stretching into infinity. The absolute best way to handle it is to just name it. A little bit of humor, like, whoops, my brain just took a little coffee break. It instantly breaks the tension. It shows you're human, it makes them feel more relaxed, and it actually builds a little sliver of trust.
Okay, so the date's over. You made it. But there's one more crucial step, the follow-up. This is where so much of the anxiety and the game playing happens. But it really doesn't have to be that way. We can end things with total clarity and kindness and zero confusion.
If you like them, just tell them. This text, it's perfect. Simple, direct, kind. The whole 3-day rule is so dead. Seriously. In today's world, being clear and genuine is so much more attractive than playing games. Just send something like this within a day.
Now, for the other side of the coin. What if you didn't feel it? Look, please just don't ghost. It's the worst. It leaves people feeling confused and, frankly, pretty crummy. A simple, honest message like this gives them closure with dignity. It's an act of kindness that takes you 30 seconds, but it can make a world of difference to that person.
So we've gone through the mindset, the prep, the conversation, the follow-up, all of it. But what's the one thing that ties it all together? What's the real secret? It's not about being the funniest person in the room or the most charming. It's something way simpler and way more powerful.
And there's actual science behind this. When you are truly present with someone, your brains can literally sync up because of these things called mirror neurons. When you laugh together, your bodies release bonding chemicals. And when you're calm and at ease, it's contagious. That's the comfort effect. It all proves one thing. Your presence is so much more magnetic than your performance could ever be.
Which brings us right back to where we started. When you fully embrace that discovery mindset, the whole meaning of the date changes. A date that doesn't lead to a second one, that's not a failure. It is not a judgment on your worth. It's just data. You learned something. You learned what you like, what you don't, and what you're really looking for. And that, my friend, is a win.
And that's really the heart of it all. Just let go of perfection. Stop trying to say the perfect thing or be the perfect person, and just be the real you. Be present, be curious, and be kind. To them, sure, but especially to yourself. That's how you turn this thing you dread into a genuine opportunity. So the next time you have a first date on your calendar, just take a breath and remember, your only job is to show up and be you. If this gave you value, share it with someone you care about. Hit subscribe and leave a review. It really helps more people find this. You've been listening to Stereo Butterflies.